Well, hello there, Red Bird. Back up on the stage. We are here for Three Little Birds, my friends. We do this every single Tuesday, and we've returned again. We're back in January. My wonderful partner, Aiden, took the reins last week, and I'm very grateful for it. My friends at the back, if you're just joining us for the first time on a Tuesday night, we do these listening environment shows, especially kind of towards this end of the brewery. We tend to reserve that for listening environments so we can hear a little bit of what these wonderful singer-songwriters have to say. And we have two singer-songwriters, both wonderful in their own right, coming at you. But I've got a couple things of housekeeping to bring forward to you before we get into tonight's show. First and foremost, we're grateful to be here at Red Bird. We're grateful to be here performing every single week. And these shows are quote-unquote free. And they remain quote-unquote free ever since we started them close to 6 years ago. And in the little space across the parking lot, they were quote-unquote free based on the generosity of those that were in the presence of these artists. So there are couple ways you can take care of our artists tonight. We have an analog tip jar that I think my sound tech is just hunting to find, but an analog tip jar is going to magically appear here on the subwoofer at the front of the stage. That tip jar, you can tip with your analog tips. That's cash, or if you want to write a check to all three of us individually, feel free. The more zeros, the better. The other way, hey, there's our super cute analog tip jar. Also, give it up for our guy Hayden doing our sound tonight, making sure we sound great. The other way you can take care of your artists tonight is there are several QR codes, 2 on every table. So that QR code is a digital way to pay. So if you listen to Spotify and prefer digital over analog, please feel free to visit that digital QR code using your phone. And the last thing, if you miss all of those tip options, get your friend to put their phone up to that giant QR code. Now, if you use that giant QR code, it is a mandatory $100 tip. All right? All right. The other thing I do want to mention is we are broadcasting live on Rebellious Unicorn's YouTube channel. If you fall in love with this series like many people have, I see you in the front row. Thanks for coming out. You can follow it online. You can catch it anytime you want. It live streams at 7 p.m., but you can, after it live streams once, you can watch it on demand whenever you want. We have all of the episodes from this season up, and the Rebellious Unicorns team are working hard to get last season's episodes up as well. Well, what do we say we introduce you to two fantastic artists? On your far right, my friends, this gentleman and I have become increasingly, better and better friends over the years. I first met him when I was interested in taking my band across to Germany, and he filled in a couple blanks that I needed to fill in because this man has spent many years in Germany performing as a touring artist. He has also toured a lot of Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to our Red Bird stage, Norm Strauss. Sitting center stage, this gentleman must be the most Canadian man I know. He has a gentle spirit. He's got an adventurous heart. He's from Southern Ontario, and he and I have been bumping into each other many, many, many times, and it's great to have him back on this stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage, Bran Sanders. And my name's Dan Tait. I'm your host every single week, except last week, of course, when I had the death flu. It was the death flu that came for me, but I defied death, and here we are. And I'm going to play you a tune to get us started. And the idea of men talking is kind of, it's an important one. I myself have joined a men's group recently. And this is a tune I wrote for a good friend of mine almost exactly this time last year. He was going through a whole lot. His father had passed away. Work was hard on him. His artistic endeavors were going, unloved. And so I was thinking about him, and it was during my friend Michael Averill. He has this wonderful songwriting community, and he does a teacup challenge. And that means you write a song every single day based on the prompt that he gives the group. And you have to write and finish a song in the time it takes for you to finish a cup of joe, a cup of tea, whatever your cuppa is. And this is what came out. This is called Take Some Time. What do you do singing those blues? Joking the line of what's on your mind, those high and lonesome times. The feeling it's gone, the light in your song. Gotta call it day, but it doesn't change. The feeling's just the same. You try to give back, try to keep trying, try to see around another way, or if you're gonna see. Hallelujah, it'll move you. Singing his praise is just a waste, give just a breathe. Doing my best, these days. When it rains, it pours, you close the door, but the water's closing in. You gotta take some time to realign. Take some time to be you. You gotta rest your head, shake out the cobwebs. Take some time to be you. You gotta take some time to realign. Take some time to Thanks, my friends. And Mr. Bran Sanders, now I pass this invisible baton of power to you. You has the power.
I have the power. I love playing here. I'm happy to be here. Happy New Year, everybody, and hope you're enjoying the music so far. It seems like the world is burning down. It's pretty crazy. Everything's burning. Everything burns every few months, and it's pretty wild what's happening in LA right now. It's pretty devastating, but we've seen it every year and a half, 2 years, and I've been here for 6 years, and I've seen it twice, so it's just kind of the reality we're living in right now. I was living in the west side of Kelowna, in Glen Rosa. This would have been 4.5 years ago when we had those kind of that Glen Rosa Hill fire. And I'd never experienced this before, being from Ontario. We would get smoke once in a while coming from, up north, but that's it. So they had us on evacuation alert, so I packed everything of value into my '03 Jimmy. And while I waited to be evacuated, I grabbed a beer, and I climbed on the roof, and I wrote this song. This is my little ode to the fires. This is called Fire in Them Hills. If you want to play, it's an A, so feel free. And thank y'all for listening. All them faces down the road, the hills are burning. I smell smoke, well, it's alright. I'm safe up here on the roof of the house. The view is stunning. Who knows when it's time to go now? Cars are lined as the end of the world has come. Impending chaos, smoky skies, and all I think of is you. Radio screaming, pack your bags. I'm awake 'cause I'm a patient man, and I feel good things come to those who wait. So if I stay on this roof, I hope this fire subsides. Who knows when it's time to go now? Cars are lined as the end of the world has come. And with all this ash blowing in the sky, here's my long-winded way to say, you're on my mind. Oh, you're on my mind. On my mind, oh. Thank y'all very much.
Mr. Norm Strauss, how you doing over there, my friend? It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. It's good to be here tonight. Well, I'm going to sing a song, which I haven't performed in probably 15 years. And I wrote it quite a few years ago and I was thinking back on my high school days. I graduated in 1979. Think about that.
Whew.
1979. And there was a buddy in my school, a buddy of mine, his name was Marvin. I hope Marvin's not here tonight, because this song's about you. And my buddy Marvin always amazed me. He was one of these guys who had a different girlfriend every 3 or 4 months. And I sat down with him one time and I said, Marvin, how do you do it? It's kind of creepy what you're doing. And he said, well, my secret is I never take no for an answer. And I thought, well, that's even more creepy. But part of me was a little bit in awe of Marvin because I could never handle the rejection, but it didn't matter to him. Rejection did not matter to Marvin at all. And he would ask a girl out, she would say no. He would ask her again, she would say no. And about the 12th time, she finally relented. And I thought that's either very creepy or foolhardy or brave. I don't know what it is, but... So I thought, well, I'm going to write a song about Marvin. So this is kind of from Marvin's point of view. It's kind of, I call this my little ditty song. I'm trying to remember how it goes right now. Oh, yeah. I didn't mean to rattle your cage. I didn't mean to get in your face. I don't need to be the thorn in your side. or the bump in your smooth ride. I just wanna be loved. Don't wanna spoil the mood. I went away, but maybe I'm back too soon. Oh, and every time I try to come to your aid, seems like a rain on your parade. Just wanna be loved. I'll make this easy on you. There's no need to rearrange. We'll take it easy, me and you. We'll just let love find its way. Didn't mean to drive in your lane. Just cutting in the smiling way, baby. Oh, I might be trying too hard to be cool. Now all of your friends think I'm a fool. Just wanna be loved. I'll make this easy on you. No need to rearrange a thing, baby. We'll take it easy, me and you. We'll just let love find its way. Let love find its way. This is where the solo usually comes in. I'll be the pebble inside your shoe. Anything to get next to you. Oh, I might be reaching too high for this romance. There's just one chance. Just wanna be loved. I'll make this easy on you. No need to rearrange. We'll take it easy, me and you. We'll just let love find its way. I just wanna be loved. All right, this is the tag. You guys can help me here. I just wanna be loved. All you gotta do is sing that. I just wanna be loved. Keep it up, keep it up. Here we go. I just wanna be loved. If you turn to the person next to you and look him into the eyes and sing this, you'll have a nice evening. Just wanna be loved. Wanna be loved. Love, 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 love. Just wanna be loved. Just wanna be loved. Thanks, guys.
Beauty. Norm, it always blows me away every time I hear you, and I've heard you like more than a handful of times now, and there's songs I've never heard you play before.
I have too many of them.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Well, I'm going to take you to a little lake. I'm going to take you to a little lake at the top of Big White Ski Resort. And this time of year, it's a busy, busy place. But this little lake is quiet most hours of the day because it's at the base of the cliff band. And, you know, there's a few people that ski the cliff. Some days, on powder days, you'll get, you know, a few dozen. But it remains quiet 4 seasons a year, and I go up there pretty regularly. It's a beautiful spot. It's beautiful all 4 seasons. Even when it's socked in and foggy, there's something about this little lake, Ronda Lake, that's just stunning and quiet. And it seems, you know how you walk into a place sometimes and it just feels big. It feels meaningful. And for me, that's Rhonda Lake. And I go up there many, many times a year, and I go and just spend some time silent up there. I go to spend some time, more often than not, it's with buddies that have kind of passed on from this realm. And so that's what this song's about. This is a tune, its namesake is the lake up there. It's called Rhonda Lake. And it's, you know, it's not so much of a sad bastard grieving song, but it's more of a celebratory, you know, I get the opportunity to go back and be with my brothers and sisters. So this is Rhonda Lake. That's what it's all about. Found my way up to Rhonda Lake to watch all the whiskey jacks fly. Little jar full of ashes and endless pale blue skies. Did most of my growing here from sprout to towering tree. The bumps and scars that I carry now, they remain to remind me. All of my baggage is cheap, it won't be back to me. And I ain't ready to leave it, 'cause I remember who I used to be. Rolling in just like a hurricane, all those troubled times about. Take off up a light mountain road and I'm keeping the hammer down. It feels when I return, I wanna feel it every day. Keeps me coming on like a moon, hoping to stay. All of my baggage is cheap, it won't be back to me. And I ain't ready to leave it yet, 'cause I remember who I used to be. Oh, take me home to Rhonda Lake. Oh, take me back to the all of my baggage is cheap, it won't be back to bother me. And I ain't ready to leave here yet, 'cause I remember who I used to be. I want you to take me home to Rhonda Lake. Oh, just take me back to the lake. Take me home to Rhonda Lake. Oh, just take me back to the Thanks very much, my friends.
Often my songs come from an experience I lived or something happened where I wanted to write about it. This song is nothing like that. This is just kind of about keeping your head above shit when everything's piling up. Hope y'all enjoy it. Life can be hard, but there's a lot of beauty in life all the time. This one's called Mighty Train Rollin'. Mighty train rolling, rolling through this wild, untamed land, all a new state of mind. I don't know where I'm going, I only know where I've been. Seeking that sunlight, peeking around the bend. Hit 'em on the head if you know what to do with all that's given, with all we have to lose. If we share all we have to use, well, you'll get your flowers and I'll get mine too. Even if it all burns down in flames, well, I'll keep on dancing, dancing all the same. Thanks. It's a hard road to travel, no matter where you're from. This side of nowhere or the other end of what's to come. Time after time I've been digging my heels. I got a fish to catch, so I cast my reel. Even if it all burns down in flames, well, I'll keep on dancing, dancing all the same. Because I've been on the search for something real. Oh, and I traded what I know, traded for how I feel. Oh, oh. Even if it all burns down in flames, oh, I'll keep on dancing, dancing all the same. Because I've been on the search for something real. Oh, and I traded what I know, I traded for how I feel. I traded what I know, I traded for how I feel. Mighty train rolling, rolling through this wild, untamed land, all a new state of mind. I don't know where I'm going, I only know where I've been. Seeking that sunlight, peeking around the bend. Thank y'all very much.
The song goes out to all the firefighters. I wrote this in 2017, I believe. We were having a big fire here in the Okanagan that we're all familiar with. Thinking about all the firefighters down there in LA right now. About the time when the Okanagan summer rolls in like a barrel full of wine. The heat of the day, clouds slip away till September. See the sun come to sparkle on the water as it dries all the moisture from the pine. In the valley down below, you would never know unless you remember. I see smoke upon the hill. Ring the bell and raise the alarm. Yeah, 'cause last year we thought we had our fill of these damn wildfires. Summer is returning, BC is burning. bless the ranchers and the farmer. From Kamloops to north of Williams Lake. In this summer of 17, they were caught in between the smoke and the flame. It's a hard thing, this full evacuation. It's your home and all that you hold dear. You gotta leave it all behind. Less a prayer than a cry. Lord, let it rain. Lord, let it rain. I see smoke upon the hill. Ring the bell and raise the alarm. Yeah, 'cause last year we thought we had our fill of these wildfires. Thunderstorms are churning. California's burning. I would trade all these fine reds and these festivals for a single spell of downpouring rain. Put this old province in the shade for 2 or 3 full days of falling water. A firefighter is no Hollywood hero, but somewhere between a soldier and a saint. Put your life out on the line. Pray to the divine, you sons and daughters. You sons and daughters. I see smoke upon the hill. Ring the bell and raise the alarm. Yeah, 'cause last year we thought we had our fill of these damn wildfires. Thunderstorms are churning. Lytton town is burning. Was it a cigarette? Was it global warming? Is it too late to ask the questions why? Our forests are like tinder. The air is full of cinder every summer. Beware when spark becomes a flame. Ring the bell and raise the alarm. Yeah, 'cause last year we thought we had our fill of these wildfires. I see smoke upon the hill. Ring the bell and raise the alarm. Yeah, 'cause last year we thought we had our fill of these wildfires. Summer is returning. Los Angeles is burning.
What?
Thank you.
Holy smoke.
You said that was early 2000s you wrote that?
2007.
Wild.
No, 17.
2017.
That's powerful.
It's a powerful tune.
Holy
That's
Thank you.
and I mean, despite the subject matter, it's one of my favorite Norm Strauss songs. It's got so much in it. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to go stylistically. I think I'm going to match Norm a little bit stylistically, and I'm going to play a tune. This is a relatively new tune that I wrote last year, and I actually, with my newsletter list, I ranted a little bit just last week. Right at the very end of my newsletter, I complained about social media and how much I hate my screen these days. I'm so over my screen, but I still use it for work, and I still get sucked into that rabbit hole that has me questioning. 2 minutes later, I'm like, what am I doing? And I don't know. I think more and more of us are realizing how detrimental it can be to our lives. It is, of course, a wonderful tool. There are many wonderful tools in the little rectangular box of, I don't know, anxiety. But I think it's been really understated how powerful that tool is against us. Because these, I don't want to get too in the weeds about it, but the whole point of many of these apps is to capture you, and they're getting better and better at it, and it's because it's not a human learning what attracts you to it, but it's ones and zeros. Anyways, so last year I was fed up with it, and I had also had this really interesting experience where somebody was acting out based on what they assumed I was on social media. And it was a really interesting kind of dissonance as to my life and my my private world and stuff, and what they kind of had gained. And it comes down to making narratives, and we all do this because we're humans. We want to make a story. We need to put things into a story to understand them, and it's really interesting how we do that when we get curated snippets from people's lives, and we start to feel like we know these individuals. So there's a number of individuals I talk about in this song, and it's kind of an interesting point of view, because I think we should really be questioning that every once in a while. Just poke it, see what it does. This is a tune all about social media, and I call it Mindfuck. Scrolling way too long, babe, and then I saw your face, same smile in all your pictures. I hope he's treating you great. I know you love your smile, girl. I know it way too well. I know what you've been doing. I know your personal hate. You see, it's the same old story. Up in arms now, everybody's laying blame. I ain't even read a statement, but we all know the truth. Her words are laced with poison. There's nothing he can do. You see, it's the same old story that I keep telling myself. My mind's a wild counter. Didn't you know that we all have control here? We can control all the thoughts in our minds. Let the train go and it's got its own engine. We watch it roll away with the time to time. Norm. Oh, that's what that song needed.
I couldn't hear what I was doing, but I'm sure it was brilliant.
It sounded great over here.
That was so good, man. 2 in a row. This is a great night for me. I'm a pretty relaxed man in general. It's just my nature. But I do get stressed out by the inevitable happening. So if I have an appointment or if I have a plan that's like 2 weeks from now, I get major anxiety. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's the reality of it. And when I moved back to BC, I was living in Toronto. And I had moved back after being away for maybe 2.5 years. And this was 6.5 or 7 years ago now. And I was driving in my camper van from Toronto to Kelowna for a 2-month fruit picking job to keep going to Victoria. When I had left Victoria before Toronto, I left a lot of loose ends, like so many loose ends. So I was very, very nervous of returning back to Victoria. So on that drive over to Kelowna, I wrote this song about the inevitable happening. This one's called All's in Motion.
If I fall, I will fall. I lost my innocence long ago. I'll embrace this time around all the mistakes that I have found. Oh, hey, all the mistakes that I have found. Oh, this time around. If I cry, I will cry tears of a wiser man's eyes, 'cause all I've lived has been told. Not everything is solid gold. Oh, hey, not everything is solid gold, no. Oh, now you know. As the storm rolls in from the haunted west, I don't want to go where the wild things roam, but all's in motion, and the sirens sing as I make my way, and I know that I'm alone. I don't want to go where the wild things roam, no. But all's in motion, in motion anyway.
Thanks for joining on. That's nice. Thank you all for listening.
How recent was that one? How recent was you said? So that was your move back out here?
Yeah, I wrote that 7 years ago almost now.
Nice.
7 years ago almost now. Sorry, there's a mic in front of me. Forget what I'm doing sometimes.
Hayden, I wonder if I could just get a little more guitar in my monitor. Just a little more guitar. I'm gonna play you a Western. For many years, I made my living as a touring musician. And then in 2018, I had a bit of burnout and came off the road and joined forces with my wife, who is a USA Today best-selling author. And I started helping her with her business and doing some draft writing for her and stuff. And just out of the blue, it kind of hit me that I wanted to start writing Westerns. And it was a kind of a funny thing because, so I changed, well, I didn't change my name. I took on a pen name named Sullivan Stone. So if you ever come across that name on the internet, Sullivan Stone, that's me, writing Westerns. But it was interesting last year, Norm Strauss, the songwriter, who used to be a very prolific songwriter, used to write 1 or 2 songs a week for many years. Just because of different things that our family had gone through, some trauma that had happened to us, the songwriter Norm kind of stopped writing songs for a long time, just kind of stared out the window, you know, thinking way too much. And then this guy, Sullivan Stone, comes along and starts writing Westerns like a house on fire. And so one day, Norm Strauss looks across at Sullivan Stone sitting there and says, "Hey, cowboy, what are you doing?" And Sullivan Stone says, "I'm writing a Western." And Norm says, "That's interesting." And Sullivan Stone says, "Why don't you write a song about my main character of my Western series that I'm writing?" And Norm Strauss says, "That's an intriguing idea." So the Western series is called The Chronicles of James Casper. And it's all about redemption and gunfights and vigilantes and chasing bad guys through canyons. And so this is the ballad of James Casper. I was born in the desert of northern Nevada, 10 years before the Civil War. You can't see my face underneath this bandana, but you soon guess what I'm wearing it for. Yes, you will. Father was a general for the Union side. If I told you his name, you would know. My brother wore the blue on the day that he died, but I was too young to go. I was just a boy, you know. How can a man just ride on for years, just a shadow lost in these canyons, 1,000 miles from home, one step from disaster? This is the ballad of James Henry Casper. I spent 5 years wasting in a Colorado prison, till they finally said I was free. But no one told me that I was forgiven. There'll be ghosts still following me. There's no peace for a man like me. I was only 15 when I left my home, my father cold drunk on the floor, my mother 2 years buried out in that pasture. This is the ballad of James Henry Casper. And these outlaws I ride with, they're the only brothers that I know. Yeah, we've been through hell, but I know kill me for a single bag of gold. A single bag of gold. How can a man just ride on for years, just a shadow lost in these canyons? Don't you pull that pistol, boy, I will be faster. This is the ballad of James Henry Casper.
Hey. So is that Sullivan Stone that wrote that song? Or
Norm
was-
Strauss wrote that song with the help of Sullivan Stone.
Ah, excellent. A co-write.
Yes.
Well, my friends, we're getting close to the end. We got one, maybe two full rounds left. So what that means is I'm going to play a song, and then I'm going to grab the analog tip jar, which looks so sad and empty right now, and I'm going to hand deliver it to all you wonderful folks out there. So don't worry about getting up, but I do want to mention before I play this song, before I get into the story about this song, we do this every week, and we really work towards getting a listening environment, especially these front two tables. And I see you, front two table. You guys have been holding it down. Nice listening environment up front. You guys rock. Thanks for coming every week. I see a number of you every week, and I appreciate you. Well, I was in the studio today with my pal Andrew Judah, and we were wrapping up a song, which means I get to release one in February. The first Friday of February, I'll be releasing it onto Bandcamp, and the second Friday of February, I'll be taking it to Spotify. And this is a song that's quickly become a favorite song. A favorite song of mine to play, but many folks have started requesting this song, and I think it's because it's relatable. It's a song that I originally started writing because I have sciatic back pain. And I was in Revelstoke with my band last winter, and we got stuck. So we got held up, and there were 5 of us in a hotel room, and I was sleeping on the cot, and at 4 in the morning I woke up with my whole right leg, pins and needles, top to bottom, and I couldn't move. I couldn't move it. I could move my other, appendages, but I couldn't move that right leg. So I got up at 4 in the morning when it's minus 20,000 outside in Revelstoke, and I walked circles around this hotel. I was a lonesome, creepy-looking figure, all bundled up, limping, with a massive limp, limping around the hotel. And that's where this song started. And I needed a chorus. I was trying to figure out what I should write with a chorus, and I wanted something relatable. And then I got up out of my sofa, and the sound that came from the bellows of my body was not voluntary. It was 100% just what happens to me now. When I get out of a sofa or get out of my truck or get into my truck, it's usually or if someone's really lucky when they overhear, it's a swear word or a series of swear words. And so that's where my chorus came from. So this is a tune, this is called All My Friends Are Old and Injured Now. And it's about all those beautiful aches and pains and sounds that we make. And all the stories in this are true, so try and keep up. Coming soon, I had to get on up and stretch my legs. It's not for a walk, it's not what you think, it's not deep thought songwriter things. No, it seems this bed has immobilized my leg. See, a funny thing is happening. and I don't remember when everything had changed. When I wake up it hurts and bedtime's worse. Some days all I do is curse. Can I take this body in for an exchange? Oh, everything I do, it requires a sound. Now, and all my rowdy friends, they're all slowing down. Gone are the days of unbridled horseplay. All my friends are old and injured now. You see, I used to play a dozen sports. I never heard a lumbar support. I was go, go, go till long after the sun went down. Yeah, we'd rent and rave and we'd party lots. We'd drink our beers with 100 shots. But now I'm having trouble keeping orange juice down. Oh, everything I do, it requires a sound. And all my rowdy friends, they're all slowing down. Gone are the days of filling ashtrays. All my friends are old and injured now. Well, it ain't all bad, could be worse. I could be in a lonesome hearse. Hey, look at me, defying all the odds. I count my blessings, I count my stars. Some days I'll just count my scars while she rubs my back and ignores all my sobs. Oh, everything I do, it requires a sound. And all my rowdy friends, they're all slowing down. Gone are the days of extended foreplay. All my friends are old and injured now. I said everything I do, it requires a sound. And all my rowdy friends, they're all slowing down. Gone are the days of unbridled horseplay. All my friends are old and injured now. All my friends are old and injured now. Thanks very much, my friends. That's my fun little song about sciatica.
I'm a big fan of sound effects and songs.
Yeah.
The grunt, man, that was so perfect. Well done.
Well, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to take a song each, and I'm going to go hand deliver the tip jar, which a few individuals have kind of, started for me. So that's wonderful.
Thank you. I just want to thank Dan and Red Bird for having me out. I love playing this kind of listening environment. I get to tell stories. Every song I write has a story behind it. And a lot of the gigs I play, I don't tell the stories, but it's nice to have a spot where I can speak. I like to speak. And it's nice to hear Norm's songs. Your songs are incredible, man. They are fantastic. I have a lot of distrust over large institutions that are trying to take our attention, our money, our votes, whatever it could be. I have a lot of distrust and uncomfortable feelings around government and social media companies and a lot of these other corporations that are like selling us phones every year and all the aggressive things that capitalism brings with it. I don't love it. I'm glad you agree. That makes me happy. So I wrote a song about that. Most of my songs are about my experiences. This one's about my frustrations. My name's Bran Sanders, and this is called Smoke and Mirrors.
In a world of smoke and mirrors, one can never be too sure what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're choosing to ignore. Layers upon layers, woven so tight, a puzzle yet no mystery, hidden in plain sight. Behind polished teeth is a tangled web of lies, a stream of shiny words, meaningless and sly, to distract from the wars, poverty and their crimes. But gather round folks, cheer, and raise your babies high. Because nothing is as it seems, we're all living inside a dream where we're told what we want, but not given what we need. Circus of delusion we perform on fragile ground. They hide it in videos and memes to keep us down. We think we're ringleaders, but really we're just clowns, laughing at ourselves in the mirrors. Because nothing is as it seems, we're all living inside a dream where we're told what we want, but not given what we need. Crumbles and riddles unfold. Facade is all around in the boxes we're sold. So be aware of what you're trading for gold, 'cause it may just be part of your soul. Because nothing is as it seems, we're all living inside a dream where we're told what we want, but not given what we, oh, nothing is as it seems, we're all living inside a dream where we're told what we want, but not given what we, oh, we're told what we want, but not given what we need. Thank you all very much.
Excellent. Look, he's left us alone on the stage here.
It's scary.
We could do anything we want.
Super scary.
Hey, do you have an E? Key of E?
I don't have an E or an A.
Oh. I was going to get Dan to play harmonica in this song, but he's busy. This song is called Immigrants. And it's a story of my family background. I did a little research by asking my parents a lot of questions. Dan mentioned that I spent a lot of time in Germany. It's because I am from a German background, and just found out years ago that as a touring artist, that seemed to be my home. So I did it for many years. And one day, not too long ago, I think it was about 7 years ago, my father passed away 5 years ago. And he gave me a little more background into our family and how the family Strauss came to Canada from Germany. And so this song is written, kind of told through the eyes of my grandfather. It was a bright October morning back in 1952, as we gathered on the docks of Bremen Harbor. And we held our breaths and hoped that all the stories told were true. Frontier land, promises of more. there any dreamers still alive after the war? After 14 days of sailing on the rough Atlantic Sea, we slipped like ghosts into the port of Montreal. With all that I had left, and my wife and our 4 children, and I never, ever felt that cold. Starting over at 46 years old. Follow your heart, even to unfamiliar places. Follow your heart, writing your story on these pages. My brother said that he would meet me, so we boarded the train, past frozen lakes and endless prairie sky. He said this land is so big, you can finally be yourself. Let these open fields free your captive soul, or let those wild mountains swallow you whole. Follow your hearts, even to unfamiliar places. Follow your heart, writing your story on these pages. The land that I called Father still comes to me in my dreams. Somehow I wonder, where would I be? To unfamiliar places. Follow your heart, writing your story on these. Dan, why don't you put on your E harp there? I got to hear it on this song. To unfamiliar places. Follow your hearts, writing your story on these pages. Write your story on these pages. Down through the generation, and every generation blames the one before. All of their frustration comes pounding at your door. Know that I'm I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear. I know that I'm a captive to all his hopes and fears. I just wish I could have told him in the living, yeah. Follow your heart. Thank you.
Whew. What? Uno mas. Well, I think we got time for one more round. Are you gentlemen down for one more round? I haven't really spent a moment trying to figure out what I'm going to play next, so I'm going to stall. I'm going to do the old stall and play a couple. Well, I feel like there's a limited amount of time I get to play this song. This song, I wrote it in celebration of our indoor spaces during the winter. And I know over COVID, whatever you feel about COVID, it doesn't really matter. Like what we lost in COVID, one of the things we lost in COVID was our ability to gather inside, which is a lifeline for many of us, especially those of us that live in colder climates, to be able to gather exactly like this, to get together and socialize or catch a show, or, you know, even if you don't talk to anyone, just to be a part of something that's going on. There was a huge absence of that. And I remember one of my shows on my first tour back, and I was in Fernie, BC. And I remember watching my friends kind of file into this tiny little lounge. It's this timber-framed cabin as part of a hotel. It's called, what's it called? It's not the Moose Lounge, Kodiak Lounge. And I remember watching them file in, and we were in one of those restriction gray zones. Remember those? Remember where we had no idea what the restrictions were, so it was kind of Cowboy West. You didn't know if you could hug someone, if you had to sit down and eat, or if you could, remember those times? They were weird. And this was one of those times. And I was performing in the corner, and I watched my friends go in, and instantly, because we're all close friends, I'd be playing a song, and I got a hug on the way by while I'm playing a song kind of thing. And they all sat together. They were pulling tables over together. And it was really interesting because this was kind of transcending those rules and regulations. We've been friends for 20 years or so, right? And so it was kind of one of those weird distortions in your head. You're like, should this be happening? But it is happening, and it's beautiful. And then, needless to say, I was, 10 or 20 songs into the night, and my friends, these same friends, are up on the table, and they're dancing, and they're kissing all over each other, and there's beer all over the place. And I remember thinking in that moment that we had lost this for 2 years. It's drunk and sloppy and weird, but my friends are kind of weird, so, that's okay. But whether it's that level or whether it's a level of, just being able to be at a show, we had kind of lost that. And so I wrote a song in celebration of those spaces, because when I was writing this song, I didn't know if we were going to go back to it. And so this is a tune. I recorded it with my band Kentucky Eileen last year. It's called Winter Song, and if you're looking for it online, it is there. It's just under Kentucky Eileen. This is Winter Song. In a bar outside of town, the snow is coming down. They kick their boots, and they hang their coats, and they laugh and they talk and joke outside the door. they strike a chord. It's a funny thing how the whole bar starts to sing. It's a long, cold winter in the song and storytellers. When the nights grow long, come gather your fears, 'cause it's a long, cold winter. Out by the road, some passers-by. It's the neon that catches their eye. Through the port, they sing along all their hometown favorite songs. It's a long, cold winter in the song and the storytellers. When the nights grow long, come gather your fears. It's a long, Now it's getting late. The taps have closed. We all put on our coats. We're shaking hands. We're catching eyes. Just for knowing it's ruined by. It's a long, cold winter in the song and storytellers. When the nights grow long, come gather your fears, 'cause it's a long, it's a long, in the song and the storytellers. When the nights grow long, come gather your fears. It's a long, it's a long, Thanks very much. That's called Winter Song. Thanks for singing.
Oh, I love that song.
I appreciate
Can't
it.
help
Thanks,
but
Norm.
sing.
Okay. Thank you all for listening. Awesome song, always. I only planned for 4 songs. I didn't write a set list. I just planned for 4 songs. So this 5th song is like a double winging it. I
Surprise!
I was listening to a podcast. This was about a year and a half ago, and I was listening to a podcast, just a 30-minute long podcast, but about the bush workers up in northern Ontario, about the log workers that would chop down logs and bring them back to the southern parts of the province, and that's how they made their living. And it was kind of seasonal, but not really, because it was most of the year. So I listened to this half-an-hour podcast, and I was locked in. I was like, this is crazy. Like, the life they lived is so intense. So I started to read about it, and I spent the next, hour and a half reading about it. And I was like, I got to write something about this. I got to write a song about these bushworkers. I just learned so much. Anyways, this is what came from it. This is a bushworker's tale. Thank y'all for listening.
September comes sooner each year in a town on the lake by the border, where my true love lives in the house my dad built with money made in the northern forests. One more night to say goodbye to my wife, try again for our first baby. We try and we pray, but summer slips away, and I say farewell to my lady. If one thing said that us bushworkers dread, it's a journey away from our families. With her picture in my hand, empty wallet in my pants, the train left Toronto that morning. Yeah, I don't think it's me. Singing live, da da da, da 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 da. A month it passes, 2 and then 4, and when the river melts, I'll drive the timber. And if the water don't get you, the fly surely will. They drum and they drum till they timber. I am shaken and bruised and hard as can be, not till June when I'm south of the city. I got a ragged and torn picture still with me, and I'm bringing home a stash of money. Singing live, da da da, da 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 da. June comes around after the train down south. It's a carriage on back to St. Catharines. You can't get too comfy 'cause time keeps a-running, and before long it's back to the Northlands. Well, I opened the door to the house my dad built, and my lover, well, she was standing there. But oh, not alone, a baby in her arms. It seems we've been answered our prayers. Singing live, da da da, da 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 da. We sing live, da da da, da 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 da. September comes sooner each year in a town on the lake by the border, where my family lives in the house my dad built with money made in the northern forests. Thank y'all, folks.
That's one of those songs going to stick in my head for a while, I think.
Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that.
I won't get any, I know time is short, so I won't tell the whole story behind the song, but the song is called In Stereo, and I wrote it when I was thinking, you know, I come from a family of artists. My wife is a writer. All my kids are all artists. My parents were artists. My siblings are all artists. And so, anyways, I was thinking about how strange it is to be especially a songwriter, sometimes, because the best art, the best songs seem to capture something that is sometimes to me a little otherworldly. You know, you're surrounded by what you can see and feel and taste and hear with your senses, and you try to write a song and you try to notice things. But you're also, whether you realize it or not, trying to listen to something else as well. Some call it the spirit world or whatever, something else. And so it's a little bit like living your life with headphones on. You're listening to the one side, but you're also listening to the other side. And so, boy, that was the quickest explanation of the song I've ever done. Anyways, tried to write it kind of in a South African feel, and it goes like this. I hear colors in the background when I read the morning news. It's like someone's out there painting in reds and greens and blues. Well, the rhythm is familiar, like you're walking down the streets, there's a tension in the backbeat as you're shuffling your feet. You see it all in stereo. You live your life in the spaces in between, like a song coming through on the radio. It makes you believe maybe that's all you need. I remember when I was younger, a little closer to the edge. Life came to me in pieces, like a song running through my head. But I still like to hear those echoes crashing through the hall, scattering the stillness, breaking down the walls. You see it all in stereo. You live your life in the spaces in between, like a song coming through on the radio. It makes you believe maybe that's all you need. Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe that's all you need. This is more than just our survival or getting through the day, 'cause we're hearing our own stories as these songs begin to play. When we find ourselves some music, let's all go for a ride. When they pump it through the airwaves, it just feel like we're alive. Nice feedback, eh? 'Cause when you see it all in stereo, you live your life in the spaces in between. A song coming through on the radio. It makes you believe maybe that's all you need. Makes you believe maybe that's all you really need. So have a little faith. Have a little faith now, gonna be alright. Have a little faith.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your far right, that is Norm Strauss. You can find him on Facebook or look him up, or Sullivan Stone. If you're searching for him on Spotify, be sure to search The Archives by Norm Strauss. Fantastic collection of songs. Center stage, we've got Bran Sanders. You can find him everywhere on social media. Be sure to look for Thomas and the Sea on Spotify, among others. And my name is Dan Tait. I'm your host every single week. But wait, there's more. There's an open...